What's going on, YouTube? It's my favorite time of the week. The huge Merry Christmas Harbor Freight Red Tag sale. Let's see if my voice can survive another 30-minute video. Alright, so we're going to talk about prepping. We're going to talk about tools. We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff here. And we're going to take a look at what you should and should not buy from Harbor Freight. Alright, winch. Interesting. If you have an ATV or a truck, it's pretty cool. And honestly, that's a pretty cheap price for a winch. Winches like this usually cost like 200 bucks. Is it going to be the best winch you ever had? No. Is it going to get you out of a jam? Yeah, probably. What else do we have? Generator, welder, chop saw. Just some tools, but I'm going to show you one thing I do like on here that I'm going to cut out $4 for an ammo crate. What's the limit? Limit 5. Yeah, I'd probably buy a couple of them. I might even buy 4 of them. That's a really good price. And I especially like it because my ammo box right now is a big one, and I do like the big one, but if I have a bunch of small ones, I can separate caliber and stuff, so I can put all my 12 gauge in one, my 22 in one, all my 9mm in one, etc., etc. So let's keep diving in here. All right, we got some winch, cordless drill, some tool things, bandsaw, battery charger. Please don't ever buy something like this. Don't spend $130 to buy a damn desk. Go to Home Depot, buy a couple pieces of finished plywood, some pine, couple, maybe like a router or something. I don't know. Just make a desk yourself. Don't spend $130 for a desk, please. Even if you don't know anything about woodworking, go buy a saw, a cordless drill, some sawhorses, and some wood, and just make it happen. It's not that hard. You'll get it eventually. Chainsaws, welding masks, and man, these things used to be $100. $40 for an auto darkening helmet. That is just a steal. And one of my favorite prepper items, the Solar Kit. Ooh. These are actually not super efficient panels because they have 100-watt panels that are smaller than all that. So I don't think I'm personally going to go with something from this because I want to go a nicer, smaller panel from Amazon. Something like Amazon. Ooh, $118. Man, I swear they're going up. But something like this. So this is a 100-watt single panel that is 26 inches by 41 inches. But I think, as you can tell, this is way bigger than 26 by 41. That's like 4 foot by 4 foot or something. So if I'm going to pay $100, I really don't need panels that take up more space than necessary. And that panel will fit nicely in that window. I don't know if you can see the chemtrails today, but they've been spraying like crazy. When I walked out down my driveway, it was just horrific. So beyond that, we're gonna get one of those. Oh, this is all some good stuff we're gonna get. Look at us. Look at this, guys. Ooh, look at that gravity filter. Look at this guy. It has a little bag and another little filter. There's another platypus gravity. Here's a Baofeng dual band radio. We got a little hand pump. This guy. 20 amp solar charge controller. That's what you need for the solar panel. So this Christmas, I know 100% for sure I'm getting some solar so that when the power goes out, I can play with the radio and my flashlights. And I could even power this. Could I power my laptop for hours and hours and hours? No. But if I had a few gigabytes of survival stuff on here, could I power it for 20 minutes a day? You're damn right I could. Be flexible. Gotta be flexible. Let's see. Jacks, toilet stuff, press, motorcycle lift. Nothing that crazy. I like this little tent. Look at this cheap generator. $90 for a generator. Thing's probably loud as hell, but 2-cycle, oh, really loud. Really buzzy. Laser thermometer, some more tools, nice jackhammer. A little fake wood stove. I tell you, These things are a lot cooler than you think they are. Like they're a lot more therapeutic than you would think having a little fake stove, and especially they're really good for like kids and seniors because they're not as bad on like hot surfaces. They're pretty solid. They're not likely to tip. Certainly a lot safer than a fireplace. Fires are, I respect fire, but fireplaces have been known to cause issues in homes with fires and smoke and things like that. Not a bunch of super exciting stuff here. Some chains, some cameras, $50 reflective tarp. Damn, that's a lot of money for a tarp. That's a big ass tarp though, but damn. All right, cordless drills. I would recommend something besides the Drill Master. I would not buy the Drill Master, but so this is like a 20-volt lithium. That's a pretty substantial quality product, probably. And here we have the Hercules variety. Wow, 20-volt lithium. Maybe if I wait another couple years, the price will come down even more. All right, we got some more tools. We got some impact stuff. This is kind of specific. Got some air stuff. I don't do a lot of air stuff. I'm sure someday I'll have this stuff. More air tools. Got some auto tools, more lifts and such. And tools and tools and tools. And battery chargers. Best Christmas gifts. Flashlight, 588 lumen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Laser thermometer. If you have a guy or girl in your life that's really techie or like works on vehicles a lot, like there's a lot of cool uses for this. But if just your average prepper, I don't know how much value they're going to get out of that. There's a lot of uses for it, but I don't know if people would be that excited about it. Don't get anyone you love jack stands, please. That's not really a best Christmas gift. Here's the multifunction power tool. Oh, thanks. I'll start sanding my dresser. Yeah, toolkits. Yeah, I'm kind of iffy about these toolkits. I mean, it's better than nothing. Look, if it's your first toolkit and you don't own any tools, yeah, go for it. But hammers, the wrenches, the pliers, you probably can find kind of better quality stuff, but that's okay. Little stools, some gloves, $6 folding knife, titanium drill bits. Yeah, so wow. Solar panel stuff. Okay, this is just inverters. It's there for anything, but they typically run off 12 volts. So what you do is you plug these into your 12-volt system, and you could get up to 5,000 watts peak power. That's a lot. Now, 5,000 watts divided by 12 volts is a lot of amps. That's 416 amps. You know how you get batteries that say 416 like cold cranking amps? Yeah, that's sucking a lot of juice out of that 12 volt. But anyways, you do it for a little bit. Like say you had a chop saw and you're trying to run a chop saw and make a cut for like 5 seconds. You could do that, No big deal. Keep in mind, $389. So look at your power tools. If you have a saw that is a 3,000 watt saw, in fact, my saw is a 15 amp saw, so 120 times 15. Amps volts. So it's a 1800 watt chop saw. So I could run my 1800 watt chop saw with this $170 inverter. If I tried to run it with this $130 1500 watt, although it does have 3000 watt peak power, I'm already over the continuous power, so that means I'm either going to blow a fuse or I'm going to screw up the circuit, but probably I'm going to blow a fuse. If I was a 1500 watt, if I was a fuse for a 1500 watt thing, I would be a 12.5 amp fuse. So anyways, with just a little bit of homework, you can see what you need. So you're talking about what are you going to do in a survival situation? How can you be useful? Well, if you had a couple 100-watt solar panels, let's say you have two 100 watt solar panels. You charge them for 10 hours a day, continuous, really good sun. Yet 1,000 watt hours per each hour, or 100 watt hours per each hour for each one. So that's 200 watt hours an hour times 10 hours is 2,000 watts. So in one day, you're getting, like 2,000 watt of power from the thing, right? So, I got to do a little more math on that in my head. I'm a little rusty on my power, but at any rate, so you could run your saw for a little bit based on, God, I want to do some calculations on that now. Forgive me for being a little rusty on my back of the envelope electricity calculations and power consumption. But at any rate, let me think about that again. A 2,000 watt saw running for an hour is 2,000 watt kilo. That's a 2 kilowatt hours. That's what I'm looking for. 200 watt panels for 10 hours is 2,000 kilowatts, which is the same as running a 2,000 watts per second for 1 second. Kilowatt hour is 2,000 kilowatts for an hour. 2 kilowatt hours. Yeah, I guess that's 2,000 watts for an hour. Anyways, got to do some math on that. More winches, cargo carriers, some cool cargo carriers. I plan on carrying a motorcycle in the back of my SUV like that dirt bike one of these days. One of these days. Tow hitch stuff. I need some of that because I got a tow hitch right here waiting to go on my car. I bought it when I was thinking a little more about flipping, but I was also just, I don't know, I guess I had some money in my pocket just itching, and I thought, man, if I could just tow a trailer, how many more types of jobs I could do. Anyways, look at this stuff. Lithium cordless ion drills. You ever think about doing gardening work and shit hits the fan? Hey, people might still want to have nice lawns, right? But this guy right here, the electric chainsaw. You want a good prepper gift for someone? Get them an electric chainsaw. If they have a solar panel set up, man, you could cut down a tree when the power is out. Imagine being in Venezuela with a solar-powered chainsaw. Huh? Trust me. Be useful. Really freaking useful. This guy too, for ones that are high up there. I guarantee you'd be the favorite of the neighborhood if you had an electric chainsaw. Or even a gas chainsaw. Alright, what do we got here? Submersible fountain pumps. You know what these are good for besides ponds? Aquaponics. You want to grow some food indoors or outdoors with aquaponics, which is kind of running... Well, there's hydroponics, which is like running water through your system. Aquaponics is sort of like a little bit more, I think you have like kind of an ecosystem set up, and then aquaculture when you kind of have like fish and other organisms with it. Anyways, good for you're trying to do some of that stuff. As well, got some post hole diggers. You want to be a post hole digger and shit hits the fan? You know, people might want to be building fences and shit hit the fan. I bet you never thought about building fences in a world without rule of law. People still want fences built. If you had... Where was that sawmill? If you had a sawmill, a chainsaw, and a post hole digger, you could be the fencing god. Now, the only problem is you need an electric post hole digger because you're going to run out of gas. But if you made it a diesel post hole digger and you made biodiesel off your own palm oil that you grew on your property... Hey, I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. All right, more generators, more generators. My advice when you're buying a generator, look at the decibel rating. Generators are loud. They're really annoying. Get a quiet one. See? Super quiet. How loud is a super quiet generator? 61 decibels. Now, what's funny is that 74 decibels is ultra quiet, but 61 1 decibels is only super quiet. I think they got their super and their ultra quiet because that looks more ultra quiet and that looks more super quiet to me. Oh, they're comparing it to the Honda. See, generators are expensive. Honda's a good brand. It would be, this generator I'm sure is worth $1,000, but still, this generator is probably worth $500. You know? And honestly, for as much as you're going to use your generator, take that $500 and buy a little more gas and some stabilizer. Shit. You know? I mean, would you rather have $1,000 generator and no gas or $500 generator and $500 of gas? I mean, pretty simple, right? Got to stretch that money. Plus, you're gonna run out of gas before your generator dies, anyways. Probably, you know. Does anyone ever think of that? Do you really have enough gas that you're gonna ever need to even change the spark plug? You're gonna run out of gas if you use that thing, or your gas is gonna go bad. In which case, you have a generator you never need. That's why I'm not big on generators. You know, if you have a lot of power usage or you just want to have some power, you know, I think they're a good idea if you have a little bit more money, but it's kind of like the last thing I'm going to buy, I feel like sometimes. Welding stuff, welding is fun, you know, and welding, you can solar power weld. You just need an inverter. 100 amps at, let's see, 100 amps times 120 watts is 12,000 watts. So if you had a 12,000 watt inverter, you could power this welder. And compare that to, of course, the what was the max, like 5,000? So actually, we know the max was 5,000. Let's see if we can find a 5,000 watt welder. So 5,000 watts divided by 120 volts is 41 amps. So we need a 41 amp welder. See, isn't math fun? 200 amps, 200 amps, 200 amps, 165 amps. 225 amps. Yeah, all these guys use too many amps. I know they have little welders, little baby welders. In fact, I think they had some on one of these other pages, but I don't. Oh, that's even 125. Yeah, maybe welders use way too much power. Could always go oxyacetylene, but anyways. Ooh, more best Christmas gifts. Here, honey, here's a 4-piece ratcheting set. Oh, I love you so much. Now, compressor, if someone in your life doesn't have a compressor, that'd be a cool gift. Palm sander, don't get your loved one a palm sander. Yes, they're actually really cool, but maybe not for Christmas. Sawhorses? Yeah. Okay, this tool bag sucks because like you have to zip it open and closed, and I guarantee you once you zip it open, that little SOB is not going to want to stay open. It's going to want to stay all closed. Annoying. Here, honey, torque wrench. So you can, you know, torque stuff. Oh. Toy power tools. You know what? Just give your kid a hammer. You don't need to give him a toy, give him a tool. Teach him something real. You know, here, kid, learn how to fake hammer nails. Teach your kid how to real hammer nails. I never really had a lot of toy tools when I was young, but I started on real tools and it's been doing me good so far. Air spray gun. If you know someone that does a lot of spraying, they're really cool. You can do some nice work with one of these. They'll make you look like a pro. Alright, what else we got? We got some more welders. Oh, see, now look at this one. 30 to 170 amps. So what did we say? 42 amps max. So if you could find some really thin stuff and set it to 40 amps, you might just be able to power it with that 5,000 watt thing. That's pretty cool. And that's MIG flux, so the flux is on the inside of the wire as opposed to with the gas. I've done a very, very small amount of welding. It's very fun. I need to get into it. More industrial stuff. Not that exciting. Heat guns, super, super useful. You can bend plastic. You can fix dents in your car. You can cure stuff. Stripping paint and varnish, removing decals. They're super, super useful. Tarps. Oh, look at all these tarps. Oh, the prepper dream. Oh, where's camo tarp? Oh, camo tarp. Camo tarp, camouflage. All right, what's camo prices? Most important. Wait, where is it? Why am I having... Oh, here we go. Camera doesn't line up. Camouflage. All right. We got your 4-foot, 9 foot by 11 foot for $10. No, that's not big. I mean, that's like your bug out. This is like your bug out bag. Okay, this is your like bug out bag tarp right here. This your 11 foot by 15 foot. That's your car tarp or carp. That's your carp right there. The 19 by 29 foot. That's your fortress tarp. That's the tarp that stays at the home base, the fortress. Fortress / castle tarp, also known as carp. So you have your barp, your bug out bag tarp, your carp for your car, and your carp for your castle. That's, let's see, 10 plus 17 is 27 plus 38 is 25, 35. No. Man, I'm just all over the place right now. 65. There we go. $65. For $65, you get all your carp situations taken care of. Got some dollies, got some hand carts. Hey, you want to move a lot of heavy stuff and shit hits the fan? Look at this bad boy. $40. You know? Hey, 600 pounds. Why not take the guns out of your safe? Why not just move the whole safe with this bad boy? It's got solid rubber wheels. They're solid. That's run. See, they should have just wrote run flat. That's a run flat right there. That's a run flat tire. See these pneumatics? That's no bad. That's flat all the time. That's a flat all the time tire. And look how wide this thing is. Like, you couldn't take that thing like anywhere, you know, that would just get stuck. I mean, imagine you're on the trail. This is your city cart. This is your city cart. This is your trail cart. You know? And this is kind of like your long haul cart, right? Because you got those 4 wheels so you can put it down and just tow it. Like, you can make a chain. You can make like a locomotive chain, right? Like, so you got that one, and then, you know, you got like this one, and then you rope those together, right? And then you build another one like this, you know. So you put 3 of these things together, and one person, let me just break out the weight for you right here. In fact, I'll do it like, how do they draw weights? They always draw them like this, right? So that's like 600 pounds, right? How heavy? 600 boosh. See, how did I even know that? Oh, horizontal? Dude, are you kidding me? 800 pounds? Boom. 800 pounds. Boom. 800 pounds. Boom. 3 times 8, 800. That's 2,400 pounds. That's a ton. That's a ton of preps. Literally. How to move a ton of preps for $210. See, that's the kind of stuff you get when you watch my videos. People don't talk about how to move a ton of preps on foot for $210. That's a steal, you know. That's a steal. That's a steal. And if you kind of chain like these ones together, like if you're gonna chain. In fact, I was just talking with a guy the other day about how to chain like the 2-wheeled ones together. You kind of got to go like that, and then like the next one lays on this one.